Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke Soul Link thing that's randomized. I don't know. I just felt like I kind of wanted to do this and just post this. There's no particular reason. I just kind of felt like it. And let me explain the rules real quickly. I'll be doing this with Dirtman, otherwise known as Diego, my good buddy. And there was audio to this, but his audio, I didn't check it, and you can't hear him. So Diego, I'm sorry if you're watching this, but you're kind of not allowed to speak at all in this entire thing. But don't worry, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to summarize what happened. So this is only an introduction, and this introduction is just us getting our starters. If you haven't played Pokemon, you choose 3 Pokemon, and that's your starter at the beginning of the game. You usually carry it throughout the entire thing. Anyways, let me explain the rules. A Nuzlocke, if I have my Pokemon that I catch, alright, like let's say Route 1, the first route you get, I can only capture the first Pokemon I get. If any Pokemon I have dies, then it's gone for good. And because I'm doing this with Diego, my starter is linked to his starter. So let's say my Charmander dies, that means his Squirtle dies. And let's say I have a Pidgey on Route 1, he has a Rattata on Route 1. If one dies, the other dies. And the goal is to reach the end of the game, beat it, obviously. And one last major thing with the rules is that if I have a flying type that's like its major typing is flying, Diego cannot have a flying type. And if he has a water type, I can't have a water type. But like if I had a bug type, like a bug and then water, that is allowed if Diego had a water type, because the typing that comes first is its like major type. The type that comes afterwards is just its second. I hope that makes sense. And to summarize this all off, it's actually all randomized. So I could just be walking in the grass, Route 1 with my very awful starter, probably like, I don't know, a Pidgey. Hint, hint. Which, I mean, no, that's not my starter, but that was one of the options, just for foreshadowing. And Route 1, I could walk in and just find Rayquaza and get completely obliterated right then and there. So I will only be getting my starter in this video, because this is just to get the starter, just summarize everything that's going on, like the rules. So it's not really an actual playthrough yet. I will be going live one of these days. I don't know when, but just going through periodically live with Diego. So I want to make it as raw as I can, so that's why I'm only doing this video with the starter. So, as a matter of fact, let's just hop right into it. So in the beginning, I opened up the game. It took me about 5 minutes to understand the controls, because I'm on a keyboard. It's not like a controller or anything, like normal Pokemon games. So apparently X is like the A button to select, and B is to go back. So, funny thing, when I went to name myself, I kept clicking A, thinking that would be like the select button, as the arrow keys would move the button. Like, the arrow keys would move your cursor, and I was pressing A because I thought A would mean the selected, but no, it was X. X is supposed to be A, which is pretty stupid, but alright. So I actually named my character, as you can see, just A, because I wasn't paying attention, and I accidentally pressed OK. So that was pretty funny. Yes. Professor Oak now knows me as but I got control of the controls, funny enough, and I was able to name my rival's name, so I named it Dirtman. I am typing A, but I catch on to myself, and I'm trying to learn the controls here to get it under control. So because of the pain like just the amount of time it took. Diego was getting so mad because this was like our second take of this. So he decided to name his rival after me. He he was so mad throughout this entire thing, and he's probably still mad at me now. You're probably gonna look in the comments of this video. I'm just gonna see him there criticizing me about everything I do. But you know that's what best friends are for. So I'm just cruising on. I accidentally opened the menu again, and this thing just takes forever. So I'll cut to you guys when I get the starter, or when I meet Professor Oak, because this is gonna take a while. Let me tell you. So I'll cut to you there then. Alright, so as I leave my house and try to ditch my mother, I try to make a break for it into the route just to see what kind of Pokemon there would be, and Professor Oak catches up to me. Just shame. Kind of wanted to run away, you know. But it's alright. I get my Pokemon now, my starter, which, oh man, the choices are just brutal. But I walk in the lab, I see Diego there just waiting for me, like normal. Just because I take forever to do these things, but as the game goes on, we should be able to progress and like get used to the controls as a lot better than the start of the game. So definitely as the time progresses, I'll actually know what I'm doing. So I'm actually gonna like probably live stream this in a couple days or maybe a week at max. I don't know. Thanksgiving break would be definitely a good time to record live. So if you see that, you just hop on in. You can see how I'm doing. So yeah, I talked to Professor Oak, about to get my starter, and remember that this is randomized, so I'm not going to get the basic Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. So you want to know what my first Pokemon is? That's right, a Pidgey. Out of all the things, I get a Route 1 encounter as my starter, so you know I don't want to choose that, because Pidgeotto, that's pretty good. But my second starter is a freaking Deoxys. Like, that is insane. I've never thought that I was going to get a legendary as my starter, but way to go, my luck. And then the other one is Jigglypuff. So that kind of concludes what I'm gonna pick. I know I'm picking a legendary, and it's like, oh, that seems very balanced. That seems very fair. What did Diego get? Well, Diego had the choice between a Persian, a Mew, and I forget what the other thing is. He'll type it in the comments. I know he will, because he's just gonna criticize everything I do. But he ends up choosing Persian, and his starter gets a Mew, and I end up choosing Deoxys. So sadly, he couldn't have the Mew because it was a Psychic type, and Deoxys is also a Psychic type, so we can't have them linked together. So, yeah, I'm gonna have one rival battle, a Pidgey versus Deoxys. That's gonna be a very, very close fight, and I love how I was really cocky with this. My starter literally says, or not my starter, my rival in the game, Diego says, my Pokemon looks really strong. I bet it's stronger than yours. Something around those lines. And I was like, I have a Deoxys, little does he know. So, I'll cut to that battle. Like, that was just, you'll see. You'll see. And I decided to name Deoxys, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to watch the footage as Oh, I named him Japuxford. That's what I named him, because that's like, what else would you name a Deoxys? Like, come on now. So, I'll cut to you guys at the battle. As Diego walks up to me, they'll probably just punch me in the face, to be honest, because of how much really impatient he is and how stupid I am. He sends out his legendary Pokemon, Pidgey, and you know what I send out? I send out Japuxford. I know I didn't spell Japuxford right, so this is the only way I knew how to spell it, so this is his name, you're just gonna have to deal with it. So this battle is pretty easy. Diego beat the Mew on his rival's team with his Persian, and obviously, like, if I have a Deoxys, then a Pidgey can't really be anything. So I click the fight button, and I realize I don't have an attacking move that's strong, and I'm like, uh-oh, because Nightshade and Leer don't do anything. So I'm like, alright, well, at least I have Wrap. Wrap is a move that's like a base power of 40, and that's not the best thing when you want a nice little high attacking power against a Pidgey, because normal types isn't really super effective against a Pidgey. So I do like a quarter of its health. It's inflicting damage, doing its thing. And Pidgey decides to fight back using Tackle. He gets a crit, causing 15 of my 20 health to just go down. The Wrap does a little bit of damage, so I'm like, uh-oh, I'm about to lose to a Pidgey. First thing off the bat, I'm about to lose to a Pidgey. And the Pidgey kills my Deoxys. What a start. And you're probably thinking, you just lost. Like, that's the end of the run. Like, you and Diego are done. Here's the thing about Nuzlocke. We didn't get our Pokeballs yet to catch Pokemon, so it doesn't count yet. Thankfully, it doesn't count yet. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this recording. I had to look into a Nuzlocke rules. So, my rival just beat me with the Pidgey, and I honestly regret even choosing Deoxys at this point, because Deoxys doesn't learn any high power attacks till later on, so my starter is practically useless. Diego was ridiculing me the entire time that I lost to a Pidgey. Meanwhile, he's beating a Mew with a Persian, but Persian is actually good in this generation, so I don't want to hear it. He gave me the benefit of the doubt, and he was mad, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little introduction. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm really sorry if that was a very lame ending to this video, but I really didn't have anything for it. I kind of just wanted to do it, and I was like, you know what, recording would be fun. I haven't posted in a while, so why not? Just want to get that out of there. I don't really want to do YouTube at the moment as a job or anything, or make it a hobby that I really enjoy. I kind of just want to do it from time to time. I've been doing other things, so I hope you understand. But I hope that you guys do have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm kind of nervous that this is just going to be a painful thing and not fun. But remember, be live, so I'll see you again. Goodbye.